welcome to Libra Views. I'm Charlene. Subscribe to my channel and like this video. And I am here today to talk about the Real Housewives of Monique Potomac. I didn't review last week's episode. I haven't really been reviewing it, since a couple episodes ago because, this season has been it's been fun. It's been cute. The whole Wendy situation and Karen doing the walk and everything. Cute, funny. However, this season has pretty much been Monique season. It's annoying, but here we go. So the girls on vacation, they on Portugal. And, the girls, they get there, they get their rooms, they get cute, they meet up, whatever. So the girls are at dinner, and Candace basically brings up the fact that she is considering having kids. Now, we all know that Candace in the past has been about having kids. I think her husband has 2 kids, already. So that's a situation. They're married. So she is a stepmother. She's already a mom, essentially, already. And, so she never really wanted kids, but she expressed at this table that, she wanted to have kids. Now, Ashley took this as an opportunity to bring up once again the whole situation that happened when Ashley was having baby Dean and how, Candace was being very disrespectful, tweeting and saying all this crazy stuff about Ashley. And, it seemed a little, girl, let it go. You're still talking about this. I can understand how it could be triggering, oh, here go this bitch who, now she want to have a kid. What I'm saying? I should, invalidate her. And I get that, but it seemed like it was going a little bit far. Giselle brings up a good point at that dinner table when she said, Ashley, you're going so hard on Candace. But, a couple of seasons ago when you first hit the scene, you were Candace. You know what I'm saying? And I would have to agree somewhat. I feel like when the season first started, I feel like Ashley was very bubbly and open and wanted to have a nice, relationship with these ladies. And they began to be shady towards her. So she started returning the favor. That's how I interpret it. That's how I saw it. They were getting on her like, oh, you're so young. Oh, girl, what are you doing? Why are you humping me? Oh, you're married to that old man. Oh, blah, 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 blah. And then that's when Ashley was like, okay, well, what about you and Juan? What about Sharice, you and your husband? This is not a good situation. You talk about me and my old ass shriveled up husband, I should not have said that. But you talking about me and my husband, and look at you, and your husband don't even want to live with you. He's living in a whole nother state. Blah, 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 blah. That's how I see it. But I also see what she's saying as far as, Ashley has cut deep. Not really cut deep, but she has brought up issues, very personal issues with the ladies, with her and Robin, with her and Sharice, with her and Karen, not so much Giselle, because we never knew what the fuck was going on with Giselle. But, her and Katie, even when she read the fuck out of Katie, said, you got a grown ass man living in your motherfucking house with 9 fingers that's not working, so Ashley has gone there with people. So Giselle, she was kind of right when she said, you used to be Candace. And Candace was like, hold on, wait, what? What does that mean? Candace was like, what does that mean? And I think it's interesting how Giselle and Robin carry Candace in a sense. I think that they like Candace. Do I think that Giselle and Robin considered Candace a close friend? I don't. So I'll just say that, and I'll get to my points later. I don't think that Robin and Giselle, because even when Giselle was like, you used to be her, insinuating you used to be the loud talking, getting in people's business, doing the fucking most, making people want to slap the shit out of you. This is how Giselle sees Candace. Because although she was right, it's kind of like, you used to be that. You used to be her. That's how Giselle sees her. And then even when Ashley went on and she was talking about the baby shit, and she was like, and Robin brought up the fact, well, you did that to me. You're coming at Candace. You want to keep bringing up what she did and going deep and personal. But you did the same thing with me in my marriage. And, whatever. And Ashley said, but did I tweet about you? You know, did I go on the internet and slander and do this, that, and the third? And Robin said, no, you didn't. That's a character flaw she has. It's kind of like the way that Robin and Giselle talk about Candace. It just seems like they think I don't think that they think Candace is like their good girl. Like, I think that they like Candace. I think that they like her more now that they can use Candace as a way to push Monique out. But just the way that they talk about her, and it's like the comments that they say, it shines on how they see you. They see you as a bitch that do the most. You know what I'm saying? And whether that's true or not, that's how I interpreted that. But Giselle was not lying. Ashley, you did used to do the most or whatever. The trip goes on. Karen's not drinking, rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? It seems like Karen, you know, does seem to, you know, get a little bit, you know, sloppy with the mouth. And, you know, it seems like, you know, she does a lot, you know, and, you know, with the mouth. So I think that, you know, it's wise that she's not drinking, but I also think it's interesting. So anyway, they scare Wendy. Ha ha ha. Funny, funny, funny. So Giselle meets up with Robin to talk about the photo shoot that they had for Robin's embezzled hat line or whatever. And they were going over the photos and for the website. And basically they were throwing shade at Karen. You know, Robin was saying how Karen didn't look good, how she looked old and this, that, and the third. And, you know, I thought the one photo with Karen like looking down, I thought that was a really good picture. But I thought the picture with Karen from the side, I thought that was a cute picture. Ashley's picture, if anything, was a little off to me because it didn't even look like it was all the way on her head. Like, it seemed like she didn't want to like smash her fro. So like the hat was like sitting. Like, I'm like, if anything, I would have cut Ashley's pictures, you know what I mean? But that's just me. So so I'm just skimming through this episode because I'm just hitting the main points, the big points or whatever. So the big point, Ashley meets up with Giselle and Robin to basically say, you know, hey, let them know, hey, Monique asked me to write a character statement, you know, against Monique because she is countersuing Monique for, you know, the whole assault situation. And then the conversation ensues. So Robin basically was like, you know, so basically you want to assassinate Monique's character. And when you put it like that, essentially, yeah, that's what, you know, when you put it like that, you know, essentially that is what Monique is trying to do because, you know, you're trying to say, you know, hey, yes, this happened, but let me give you some backstory on how this person is. You understand what I'm saying? And at this point, you know, what else is Monique supposed to do? She's going to request certain things. However, that's beyond the point. Ashley explains why she's doing it. And I felt like Ashley should not have gone into the whole explaining, you know, why she's doing it. What Ashley should have said was, Monique's my friend, and me and Candace are not the closest. We are just now, you know, a couple of days ago, a week or so ago, are getting to a point where we're apologizing for the nasty things we've done to each other. She's not really my homegirl like that. Yes, you know, I respect her as a person, but Monique is my friend. She asked me to do this to protect her and her family, and that's my friend, and I'm going to ride for her. All this explaining how Monique protected you and how you had how she scratched your back, so you're scratching hers, which is what friends are supposed to do. But also, too, I feel like people shouldn't do stuff just because, you know, somebody did something for them. You should want to do something because that's your friend. Like, it shouldn't be, oh, well, she asked me to write a statement and, you know, I'm going to do it because, you know, she did do this for me last year. No, it should have been, me and Candace are not the closest. Monique and I are very close. You know, I've been there for her. She's been there for me. You know, and she's my friend. I'm going to be there. Bringing up this whole shit with Michael now, this is opening a whole nother can of worms. The Green Eye Bandits didn't need to know all that. All you had to say was, you know what I'm saying? Ashley brings up, look, I understand what y'all point is, but, Candace did do things to me. She did disrespect me. She did, call me names. She did, wave a butter knife in my face. I found it interesting that Giselle was like, a butter knife? What? Like, a butter knife? Like, what did you think she was going to do with the butter knife? Like, a butter knife. She was kind of downplaying it. And I found that interesting because a couple of episodes ago, after Monique had gotten into the fight with Candace, Giselle went online and she said, Monique has done, she said, threatened Monique to, Candace to drag her. She held an umbrella up to Robin. She did this. And she was making it seem like she's done all this crazy things and bringing up the fact that Monique put an umbrella up to Robin. But when it's Candace wailing a knife and banging it on to the table, when Ashley is within arm's reach of her, you're like, what? It's just a butter knife. Like, what? Are you serious? Like, you're saying you felt threatened by a butter knife, but you were sure as hell had no problem with bringing up the fact that Monique put an umbrella up to Robin. It's an umbrella. What's the big deal? Why even bring up that? It's non-threatening. It's just an umbrella. You're trying to paint Monique in this whole thing, and Monique is not perfect. Again, I feel like I have to say this every fight. Monique is not perfect. She should not have fucking initiated that fight with Candace. Period. Hard stop. Back to what the fuck I was saying. You can't bring up this and bring up that and make it seem like it's such an enormous problem when it's Monique. But when it's somebody who's on your side, or if it's Robin, or if it's Candace, who you don't even really fuck with, you just are using Candace because she's not cool with Monique. But, oh girl, it was just a butter knife. Like, what you think she was going to do? Well, what did you think she was going to do with the umbrella? What did you think she was going to do with the umbrella? It was just the umbrella, right? So anyway, the girls go on and Robin explains how, she feels, I feel like it would have been better if Monique would have asked you, Robin, who are you? Giselle, who are you? Like, at the end of the day, this situation is between Candace and Monique. They weren't fighting because of Giselle or Robin or a situation that they had with them. Literally, the whole situation has nothing to do with them besides the fact that they were there and witnessing it. It's just irritating, Well, I would have liked it better if Monique would have. Why? Who are you? And I pose a question. I pose this question, and I'm going to get off this topic because, this show is the Monique show. Let's just be real. Let's just say Robin was Monique and Monique was Candace in this situation. And Robin, pulled Monique's hair and bopped her a couple of times upside her head. And Monique decided to press charges against Robin. And Robin decided to countersue. And Robin asked Giselle for a character witness against all of these violent things that Monique has done, such as put an umbrella up to Robin and said that she was going to drag Candace. If Robin asked Giselle to do a character statement, do you think that Giselle would not do that? What I find interesting is that, everybody wants to act like, oh, whatever. If the shoe was on the other foot and it was Giselle and Robin, Giselle would have Monique's back the same way that Ashley is. You understand what I'm saying? And, so it's like, I understand how the girls like, damn, Ashley, like, that's fucked up. How can you do it? Like, damn, like, this girl got beat up. Now you're trying to assassinate her character. But at the same time, it's sink or swim at this point. Because Monique is facing second-degree assault charges. And though that is a misdemeanor in Maryland, that's still, why would you want to have a second-degree assault charge on your record? You're a family, you're on TV, you have your Not For Ladies moms situation. and people look you up and you have a second-degree assault charge on your record, like, or you're on probation, which means that you can't travel or you can't do certain things when you want to do them because you're on probation, such and such and such and so on. It's sink or swim at this point. And, you know, Monique has to do what she has to do. But again, I pose that question. If the shoe was on the other foot, do you think that Robin would just, if Robin had gotten into a situation with Giselle, do you think that Giselle would be like, oh my God, Robin, you need to be kicked out of the group. You need to be iced out. I don't want to film with you anymore. I'm going to bring a bodyguard around you. Do you think that that would happen? Absolutely not. So stop acting like it's so far-fetched and you don't understand why Ashley is doing what she's doing. And from Candace's perspective, you know, a close friend, you know, built this analogy in my head and I always found it interesting. For instance, you guys probably heard it, but it's kind of like an accident. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody standing on the right side of the road is going to see a completely different angle than somebody that was on the left side of the road, or even somebody that's a couple blocks down the street, you know, that sees it's going to be, if you're on this side of the street, you know, you're Candace. I can see how Candace would be fucked up about that. Like, bitch, you weren't there. I apologize to you for all the shit that I fucking did to you. And now you want to make a statement, a character statement against me to help out this bitch who beat me up. Like, damn. But on the other side, you know, Ashley's like, this is my friend and she had my back. I'm going to have her back. We're close friends. And it's just what it is. And what I think is the bottom line of it, and then I'm getting off of here, you know, being friends, being in a relationship with somebody and somewhat, you know, family, you know, being there and showing your loyalty to somebody only really counts when bad things happen. You understand what I'm saying? You know, if you're so easy to throw away a relationship or a friendship or a family member for mistakes that they make, you know what I mean? You didn't really love that person. You love that person for the things that they did or the things that they didn't do. You know, your relationship was kind of contingent. And I know, you know, if it's a relationship where the girl or the guy perpetually is cheating or beating your ass or, you know, doing the most, of course, you know, you end it. But you understand what I'm saying? True friendship and loyalty is only tested when time gets hard. It's easy to be a friend. It's easy to be a lover. It's easy to be a family member. It's easy to be, you know, a coworker when things are going good. It's easy to be a student when all you're doing is watching video games all day. You know, it's easy to be, you know, in a relationship when the nigga is spoiling you, you know, dicking you down good, giving you everything you want, and vice versa with the girl, you know, as far as, you know, taking care of you, making you feel like a man, like everything. It's easy to be loyal and to have somebody's back and to be down on someone when shit's fucking easy breezy peasy. But when somebody is going through something, whether they're right or wrong, that's where the loyalty steps in. You know what I mean? You don't, you know, just throw them away. Oh, well, that was fucked up. And it was fucked up what Monique did. Oh, that was fucked up what you did, girl. You shouldn't have dragged her. So I'm gonna have to block you. I'm not gonna fuck with you no more. And no, like, then you were never really friends because the friendship was based on what Monique and what Candace was doing. You know what I mean? So that's that on that. I'm just ready for niggas to get to the juice. You know, I want to see, you know, Chris with the brown dick, and I want to see, you know, dick on the weekends, pussy during the week. Michael, get into it. I want to see Candace threaten to beat the hell out of Ashley. Miss Angel Candace, Miss Victim Candace. She threatened to beat the hell out of Ashley. I want to see that. I want to see when Ashley, Candace is in a catsuit, fucking mask, and she's like, fuck you, Ashley. Like, I'm ready to see it. Like, let's get to the motherfucking juice. Hello. But until next time, I'll see you guys later. Subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe, like this video. And until next time, deuces.